playing all the music today. We're getting copyright. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get shut down today.
Yeah. We haven't been here in a while. Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't been in here in a while.
Yeah.
It was Thursday.
I hate it. No, it was last Monday. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Get it right.
Sorry.
InnerViews Podcast. We're here.
Of course
Unfiltered organic soccer/footy analysis. I already forgot, but we're here.
Well, we're here.
We're live. You know it.
And direct.
YouTube folks, we're posting analysis very soon. I know you thought we've been gone, but all these games don't matter.
Nope.
Sorry. Try to do it for Inter Napoli and they got smoked.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Spalletti. No.
He's on his way out.
Yeah. Try to do it for the FA Cup, but then Watford got smoked.
They're on their way not to Europa League.
Yeah, and this is my annoying voice. Yeah. I don't care. It's episode 77, I think. I don't care. Oh, man, the vibes haven't been this good in a while, but this weekend we kind of got some shit off. So after we got that shit off, all the weight is taken off our shoulders. I was nervous. Dan was nervous. Fabs was nervous. Yeah, we're shouting out Fabs today, too. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah.
This is Fab's special day on the weekend.
Yeah, shout out to Fabs and Diana. But I don't got the soundboard ready, so we're not giving you air horns. We'll give it to you soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan's neighbors who are a bit annoyed by me, but it's okay. My voice is back. I'm here. You really miss me.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I don't really care. I saw Dad earlier today. The vibes weren't good. I had to let him know that the vibes are going to be great on this podcast.
Vibes are good.
The start of a new era. The dawn of a new era. One of us are married. The Prem boys are almost back. They had a moment at the wedding.
We did.
They locked eyes, looked at each other. The vibes were good.
Very good.
The love was in the air. I don't know what else you guys were doing, but as long as it stopped there, then I'm good.
It stopped there.
It stopped there. Good. I'm happy that it stopped there. Oh, man, we're back. I kind of just want to do 2 podcasts for the sake of doing 2 podcasts, but we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Not on the second one.
Yeah.
Barely have stuff to talk about today. But
It's going to be 2 hours. It's gonna be 2 hours. No, it'll be an hour and a half. Sorry, folks. We're gonna get out of here quickly. I know you're tired of us rambling and ranting and doing the whole 9 yards, but we're here and I'm excited to be here. It's Monday. It's Victoria Day Monday. When you hear this, it's gonna be Tuesday morning. So I hope if I survive the concert that I'm going to a bit later, where I'm gonna be emotional with some oranges. That goes great together. Emotional with some oranges. Ask anyone if they've ever been emotional with some oranges.
only at halftime.
Yeah, orange. Oh yeah, when you're getting the shit beat out of you.
That's right.
You're getting a 5-goal washing at halftime,
and the coach is yelling at you, and all you're doing is just head down and eating those oranges.
Yeah, feel bad for the parents, man. If my kid gets smoked, I'm probably just gonna go sit in the car
and forget about the second half.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just ask them how the game was.
Well, I had 5-0 down. You know the game.
No, but ask them how the second half was.
Okay.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Just for pride.
That's fine.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. I would be there rooting them on. You're going to be the annoying parent?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I am.
Hey, Giuseppe. I can see you running down the touchline. No, there. No, I can't do that, man.
No, you're going to be just a parent that just sits and watches.
That's what I do now. Whenever I watch my brother or any other siblings or cousins or anyone that I know, I kind of just sit there by myself. I pick a little corner.
Do you analyze?
I'm the lone. Yeah.
You analyze?
Yeah.
Do you give do you break down the game for your brother?
But they're stubborn, so they're not going to listen.
Is your brother as talented as you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
More or less?
More, but I have more heart and I listen to my coaches and I put my body on the line.
And he doesn't?
No. There's always an excuse,
Does he have as good footwork as you do?
So he says.
Okay, so he's got a chance to be something.
No, because you gotta listen, and you have to have heart.
What's his name?
Don't worry about that.
I was gonna shout him out on the podcast.
Don't worry about it. No. You don't want that shout out.
No,
you don't know. You don't want that shout out.
I've seen him do his little crip walk.
Yeah, you don't want you telling people that you're doing that walk either.
I don't care.
I'm playing.
He's gonna come at me with some smoke.
I'm playing, but hey. You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised.
Listen, I got my bodyguard.
These little kids these days. We're gonna get to some little kids later on, and in the soccer world. I've told you, I'm tired of all of them. I hate them all.
Hey, listen.
Is it okay that I could say that? Because I feel like any pundit or any respectable journalist is not gonna say that they hate these kids, but deep down they do hate the kids.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you that I hate the kids, man. I really do.
some of them are. I don't want to call them spoiled, but they're on their way.
Yeah, we're getting to a point where it's like, yeah, y'all gotta just come on, man.
Just shut up and play.
Yes. What's wrong with that? Why do you gotta be cool?
You know what? I hate to sound like the old guy on this podcast, but I am anyway, so I'll say it anyway. But I feel like this social media has really ruined a lot of what's going on in this game.
100%. It's getting to a point where it's like, come on, man. Y'all just gotta relax.
Just take it step by step.
And it's I don't know, man. No one's gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because I'm sick of all of them. All of them.
All of them. You're gonna put them all in one bag because I think some of the younger kids are okay.
No. They're all in the same bag.
Yeah.
They're all friends. They all know what they're doing.
Because they're all on the Instagram.
They're all friends.
They follow each other. Follow, like and follow.
Yeah. No. No. Anyhow, you ready, man?
I'm ready.
I know you're ready. You got somewhere to be. You're looking all spiffy.
Listen.
Looking all good. And nothing's changed here. We're having our little rebrand. Jan's still dressing better than everyone. So it's okay.
That's why you brought me here.
Yeah, pretty much. Someone got to dress good here. Yeah, just me in a tee and ripped jeans and Fabs with track suits and hoodies
and his hats
and his caps. No. But I should have got him a cap I'm gonna get him a cap for his birthday. Get him a little Benfica cap or something.
That's fine.
That'll really put our friendship in rocky
in jeopardy.
Yeah, that'll be it for us. Oh man,
he'll never be back on this podcast.
Yeah, he'll throw it at me. Whatever, man. If you're ready and I'm ready, and yeah, whatever's happened outside, Blue Jays Hive is out there. Did they win? You don't care?
I don't care.
Are they doing well?
No.
So they're not doing well.
Attendance is dropping.
Oh, they're all on the streets today.
Are they?
Was it free today? Whatever.
Like the CPL.
Shout out to the Blue Jays. Shout out to the Blue Jays Hive that are out and about. It's Victoria Day, long weekend. Hopefully everyone's getting here safe. But we still got shit to do. We still come in every Monday. You know where to find us. The best soccer/footy podcast in the world. If the mics are on and the camera's on, and you are ready to get into your shit, and I'm ready to get into my shit. Well, let's do it. It's the InnerViews Podcast, episode 77, live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. It's your guy Tyrrell out here trying to get it popping, doing what we do best, and I'm not alone. I'm here with my guy Danny C. Daniele in the cut. Young Dan, the summer of Dan Summer. How are you?
I am very well.
I know you're very well. You're always very well.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you're good. Always got to make sure that my guy is good. Young Daniele in the cut. How was the cut this weekend? Has anyone ever asked you how the cut was?
No.
Okay, well, I'm happy to be the first.
Well, I spent the majority of the weekend at a same party as you did.
Okay, you could have made it sound better. Well, Saturday I rolled up in a nice suit, and lo and behold, we bumped into each other. You can get a little suspense.
All right, that's fine. Well, you did that.
No, it's too late now. They know we're trash.
So yeah, we celebrated our friend Fabs' wedding. So congratulations to him and Diana. So, Fabs, I know you're listening to this, or you should be listening to this. So,
he left it. He's like, "Oh, these guys are trash."
So, I'll give a shout out to him and a shout out to the table we were at.
Whenever you're ready to come on the podcast, whenever you're ready to come on the podcast, be ready. We could talk about 06 Italia, whatever Italia, Juve, whoever you want to talk about. We are here.
What was our number? Table 11?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, I think it was table 11. So shout out to the boys at table 11. You definitely held that wedding down. I don't know what happened to you once I left. Hopefully you guys all made it home in one piece, especially you, Vince. But so shout out to them. And yeah, you know what? The weather's kind of starting to turn around, and it's going to start to feel like summer relatively soon.
Hey, man, that was first things first. I know I've been killing Fabs for the last few weeks, and it's all love. But yeah, I got to give them a big shout out before we start this because wholeheartedly mean it that without those two, and I know Diana may feel, I know we got Fabs into a little trouble on the podcast, but without her specifically, sacrificing weekends and whatnot, none of this would be possible. And got to thank them both, because without them, Fabs obviously included, playing such a big part in all of this, none of this, including the interviews, would be possible. And I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even know that or put that into perspective, because all they see is me.
That's
and
right.
They feel like, well, as much as I am up all the time and grinding all the time, that Fabs was so integral to everything that has happened over the past year and a half or so, especially with everything happening in our personal lives and whatnot.
Yes.
So both of them, because she had to sacrifice, he had to make sacrifices. They made it work, and they didn't have to make it work at all. They could have just continued with their lovely lives and just never jumped or given us the okay or the green light to be part of this project. So yeah, man, big shout out to them, and hope to have them on the podcast soon. Diana too, you're welcome. Pull up, skirt, and we could talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether it be me, Dan in the cut, the vibes, whatever's happening in these 416 streets, or whatever you're into. Yeah, we could talk about that. Don't always got to be about soccer or footy. So yeah, big shout out to them, man.
And one last thing, we always give Fabson a lot of stick here, but he looked quite good on the weekend. Not to take anything away from him. I mean, Dan obviously looked better, but he looked.
You pussy for saying that.
You know what? I told him. I told it to Diana's face.
Oh, you pussy. Fabs looked way better. And what?
Okay, all right.
Pause. Pause.
Yeah, but all in all, you know what? They're two special people for both of us, and I thank them for inviting myself, and I'll speak for the both of us. And it was a fantastic day, and I was happy to be a part of it.
Anything else happened this weekend that got you going?
No, last night
got the blood going, the vibes.
Last night I had two friends over. We watched the Raptors game.
Ooh.
And I know he'll be listening to this. So Jimmy, I'm gonna shout you out here.
No,
you don't. Okay, that's fine. So Jimmy, I won't shout you out here.
No.
But we did watch the Raptors game together.
You get no more shout outs.
You get
a shout out every week. What makes him so special?
No, that's
Why
fine.
can't someone else get a shout out?
That's fine.
I'll play.
We watched the Raptors game. They squeaked it out. So my prediction of Raptors in six is still alive.
Sticks, see? In sticks.
In six. In six is still alive and well.
You're so corny.
Listen.
I don't care.
What happens?
I don't care. I'm not talking to anyone about the Raptors and the Bucks that are emotionally invested in it.
All right.
Y'all opinions don't matter. Y'all tell me what you want it. Y'all tell me what
Charles Barkley's invested. He gave he played to the fans. Good for him.
Whatever.
Good for him.
He did the same thing in Milwaukee.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah. He knows. You don't want
how to get the pops.
You don't want none of those smokes.
No.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Raps. They won a game. Got the last laugh. Good for you. Do it again tomorrow night or today when everyone listens to this podcast. Keep doing you, man, and maybe I'll see you soon. Just throw that out there. But
shout out to your boys, by the way.
Yeah, but y'all are like, see, it's gotten to a point where we don't have to discuss them on this podcast. You already know what it is.
They're going for the sweep.
You already know what it is. I don't even care if they sweep. Just wrap it up in 5, and we're good, man.
Right.
Wrap it up at Oracle, and get a few days off. Let the two in the East battle it out.
So if it's a Toronto and Golden State final, are we going?
We'll see.
Can we afford the tickets?
Of course we can. It's never about whether you could afford the tickets. It's whether you are willing to invest that money into the tickets. Whether you feel that it's worth it. And I feel like in those situations, the experience, you'll be able to talk about that forever. So right. I always feel that in those situations, yeah, go. If you're free and you got nothing better to do, go. I almost went to game 3 last night, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, I almost did last minute, man.
Oh.
Like that was definitely on my mind. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be at game 4. I won't tell you, but you'll just know.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just leave that there. Maybe I'll be at game 5. I'm never going to tell anyone, but I'm just going to be there.
I'll just see it on your Instagram.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. That's fine.
Anything else important happened this weekend? You do anything exciting?
No.
No?
No.
You didn't enjoy. Well, the weather was all right.
No, the weather wasn't great.
No, it wasn't the greatest?
No.
You're just not up to Danny C's ex?
No.
No? Didn't hit the streets after the wedding?
No.
No, you laid low?
Lay low.
Oh, wow. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Streets missed you.
Ah,
I heard.
the streets were talking?
People talk.
All right.
They know about Danny C.
Do they?
They're looking for the collar.
The pop collar?
Yeah, they're looking for the collar
Ah.
and the fresh shoes and the nice little jacket. They're
Yeah.
looking for all of it, man.
Yeah.
You let them down, but don't worry. I told them you're in good hands.
I'll be back. I'll be back maybe this weekend. It
Yeah, of
depends.
course you will. The summer of Dan's summer. I know what it is, man. You just gotta let these people know what it is. You
Yeah.
just
I'm trying to lay low like you do.
nah, man.
And
You're
you're
good.
letting people know where I am.
You're good. Yeah, I don't let them know exactly where you are. I just let them know you're in the street.
Okay, that's fair
Yeah.
enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, you're out here.
Hey, I'm doing my thing
Yeah.
slowly. I'm
Yeah.
taking after you. Taking a
Yeah.
page out of your book.
Talk that talk. Oh, I don't know about that, but you talk that talk, man. Talk that talk. I
Oh.
love it. I love it. When the summer, oh man, can't wait till it gets a bit warm. Oh, that's when we're gonna see you in your peak.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's when that's when I hit. That's when I hit stride.
Ah man, they're not ready for you.
No, they're never ready. They won't
Uh,
even see it coming.
Love it, love it. Yeah, nothing else really happened this weekend. NBA playoffs. You know, I forgot that. Did the Stanley Cup start yet?
Oh, I don't even know.
Okay, good. We don't want to talk about it. I just want to CPL action. I don't even know if CPL action happened. We're
Has
ba-
that started?
We're bad, man. We're bad. We here. We had a full out conversation about why it's not going to work, and we haven't even just given it 10 minutes. Maybe next week, man.
Next week.
Next
This week. There's no time for that.
Yeah, this week we still got bigger fish to fry, and that's not to say that your league ain't great, but yeah, we just got bigger things to get to, and
Yeah.
we're on a time constraint.
Yes,
You know,
we very much are.
Strictly Monday podcast.
Yes.
You know, and then maybe if we got to do, I'm telling you, man, I want to pod 2 times a week. Potter's pod. Potting. We love potting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do. Anyhow, you ain't got nothing really to say. I don't really have anything to really say. Fab's wedding was good. I am going to tell him that he should definitely have hired me to be a DJ. But that's for a different story.
Okay.
I hope the DJ listens to this. But DJ played all my songs when everyone left. I was like, man.
I'm glad he didn't give us the mic that night.
No, he should. Yeah, the crowd wouldn't have it.
No.
I don't think they would understand what I'm saying anyways. So it
No.
was no. What, you want a little table so we could pod on the side?
No, I would
You-
have said a couple words.
Yeah, in Italian.
Sure.
I know. I'm playing, man.
I could have done it in both languages. Hey,
playing,
you know
I'm
what?
playing, I'm
Another
playing.
shout out to Fab for a very
I'm
nice
playing.
speech in 2 languages.
I'm playing. No.
Yeah, I'll give it.
No.
Give him that.
No, he's supposed to.
Oh, all right.
He didn't pick it up. He didn't pick it up a week ago. It's hit it.
No, okay, that's fine.
He better hit it in 2 languages. He should have hit it in 3.
He did. He gave it a little buonasera.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. He should have hit 3.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, man. I was having Fabs knows too. Fabs knows about the DJ. I'm very upset, Fabs. That should have been our moment. Should let me spin a bit, but whatever. Yeah, wedding was good. The vibes were good. Weddings just made me want to get married, man. You just feel like a new embrace of love. I was like, damn. You're just at the wedding. You want to make that phone call, and you're like, oh, you can't. Dad is like, you see, this is a problem. This is the problem with this podcast. Even when Fabs is here, I'm willing to go out on a limb.
Hit your fucking intro music.
And let you guys know how I feel. I don't want to say a word.
On that note,
Whatever, man. You don't want to express your feelings. Whatever, man. Like I said, this is the best soccer/footy podcast in the world where no one wants to share how they feel except for me. We provide you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis. You know where to be. You know where to find us on iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and any Android apps on your Android devices. We don't have them, but we know that you know what they are, and you should definitely click them. Shout out to the YouTube subscribers, those on Facebook that like and follow, those on Twitter and Instagram that follow and, stay engaged with our swaggy photos and swaggy content. And if that's not enough, shout out to those on Quora who ask questions that I try to answer periodically and try to get to as quick and prompt as possible, but sometimes, it just doesn't happen. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone that's off today. Shout out to the independent men, independent women. Shout out to those that are getting to their bag, getting to their hustle, getting to the dollar. Shout out to those that are out away at the cottages doing what they do best. And shout out to everyone, man. A lot of people feel that we should shout them out on the long weekend, but it's been a long weekend.
No.
I forgot about all of y'all. Mailmen are off. Parking enforcement's off. You get a shout out. You guys are everyone's off.
That's right.
Everyone's off except for us. Nah, y'all don't get a shout out. Shout to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we do
We're
that for
working
once?
hard.
Can we do that for once? Yeah, we
shout
do.
out to ourselves.
Yeah, shout out to us, man. Shout out to us for doing this and staying with the vibes and providing you with all the organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis that you need. And yeah, shout out to all the Toronto Soccer Podcast, the Toronto Podcast, the creatives, everyone that's getting into their bag. And yeah, with that being said, if Dan is ready and not upset with me anymore, I'm ready. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get into today.
We've got a fair bit.
Okay.
And
Okay, well,
time is not our friend.
okay, relax. We're like 20 minutes in. I don't really care. We're good.
I'm just saying.
We're good, man. We're good. You're ready. I'm
ready.
ready. So with that being said, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Where are you? It's the InnerViews Podcast, episode number 77, live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. It's your guy, Tyrrell. It's about to get it popping. I don't know where we're starting this week. Dad, where are we starting this week? The energy's good. The vibes are good. Your neighbors are good because they haven't banged the wall yet. Tell me to shut up. Where are we going? Where are we starting with? What mattered? Where do you want to go?
You want to start in Italy?
Where do you want? I don't care.
All right, let's start in.
Let's start in Italy for once.
Let's start in my country.
Let's start in Italy for once.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to my boys. Atalanta. 1 win away. Sassuolo, you ready?
Hey, listen, I'll give them a hell of a lot of credit. I mean, Juve haven't been playing for the last X amount of weeks, it feels. But they were unlucky not to get all 3 points. Atalanta, that is, not Juve. And that's the story here, because this is a team that deserves, in my opinion, to be in the Champions League.
By far.
Yeah. So forget you know what? Before we get into Atalanta, I want to say that it's a shout out to Max, because he's gone, and a shout out to Barzagli as well, who was retiring and
Gave him a nice little lap of honor.
Yes, he did, and he's done very well at that club. Both of them have, and I understand why Juve has gone away from Max. Whether it's fair or whether it's unfair, I mean, we can discuss that at another point. But he's done very well there, and Andrea's done the same. So both of them, maybe it was the right time for both of them to leave. I won't say very much more on those two, but on the game.
Why not?
No, I don't think I need to say more.
I feel Max is kind of like obviously they're two managers in two different astropheres, but Chris Huden and Max were just like, yeah, you're there, but you just feel like you get more out of the squad and you kind of have to go in a different direction. It's not that necessarily Max failed.
No, and I never, and that's why I don't want to. I want to kind of break down that maybe at the end of the season, because I want to focus on Atalanta, because I think that should be the focus of this, because Juve I've already won the league. There's nothing. They didn't really have anything to play for. But I thought Atalanta were unlucky not to get all 3 points, and they should have. And if they would have, that would have sealed their Champions League spot. So, yeah, they play Sassuolo this weekend, and I believe, if I read correctly, all of those teams play at the same time.
Yeah, so no one will actually really know what's going on,
which is good. I'm glad that the league did that. And if this is my only concern with Atalanta qualifying for the Champions League, because I've already heard that Ilicic is off to Napoli. So I would like to see how much of that squad that they're going to be able to keep together.
Yeah, that's the other problem. And they don't really have that much depth. So that's the shitty part about it, to be honest. You'd wish that like they could have some like sort of clause where you can't take away their team for at least a season, right? Because now who knows? Because obviously if he goes, you never know. I feel like Duvan is someone that could attract some attention, and then I don't know about the others, to be honest. I don't think my guy is gonna go anywhere. Papu? No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I would be surprised if he actually did make like a big move.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, that's and I was talking to someone as well this morning actually about that. And that's the only thing with a team like Atalanta qualifying for the Champions League, is that they're going to struggle to keep people, and B, they're going to struggle to attract some big name talent. And Serie A already struggles on the international, you want to call that? Is that European?
We know what you mean.
Scene. So then when you have a club like Atalanta who qualifies, you kind of throw away one of those forced slots.
But no, my problem here is that, like, as much as I love them and I've loved what they've done this season, the biggest problem here is that the other bums aren't getting the job done. Atalanta should not be the third best team in Italy.
No, they shouldn't. But the fact is that barring them throwing it away against Sassuolo on the weekend,
Which could happen.
yeah, it could.
Yeah.
But do you trust any of those other guys to get the results?
Inter got a dogfight because
They play Empoli, right?
Yeah, and Empoli need to win to stay up, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then Milan are finding ways to win. Even this weekend. I'll get to that in a bit.
But they play Spal, I believe.
I don't care. Even
No.
yeah, I know. Inter struggled. Inter almost didn't beat Spal too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy in itself. And then I don't even know who Roma played, but I kind of could Roma finish in fourth still?
Yeah, but there's a
lot of things have to go their way, right?
Yeah, I read. I won't read it out, but they play Parma at home.
And a lot of things have to go their way.
Yes. Do you want me to read it to you?
No, I don't care.
Because there's like a whole scenario of things that need to go their way to qualify. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's the race right now. The race is to see who qualifies.
And it's been as bad as the English top four, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show the issues that those two countries have with. Well, I feel like it's bad that the race in Italy is that lopsided. I mean, where you have Juventus, and then you have a gap between Juventus and Napoli, then you have a gap between Napoli and the rest.
Yes.
I think that's really bad. And then England, it's like you have Liverpool and City, and then a huge gap between the rest.
Right.
So both of those countries need to find ways to really close those gaps.
Yeah.
And I have more faith in it happening in Italy more so than England, because I feel like in Italy, Milan, and it's not even an issue about Milan and Inter not being able to, or Roma not being able to attract top talent. Look, they're not going to attract the world's best players, but that doesn't mean that they've made poor player decisions in terms of the personnel that they do decide to acquire, and poor managerial decisions. And I feel like if they could fix more so the managerial issues at hand, then a lot of things could turn around for those two clubs, right? They spent a lot of money, wrong places. But, I can make the case that the top teams in England can attract the best players. They attract the next best things. And like if we even look at City, like a lot of their players that are their core, those are young kids that have the potential to be great players. And it took a manager like Pep to bring them there. Even look at Liverpool's season. Like, we knew Van Dijk was arguably the best center back in England, and they did get him, but none of the top clubs are really looking at Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Or
Raheem. I mean, you couldn't make that same argument.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Well, you look at City, it's Sané, Raheem, Bernardo. They weren't the top talent.
No.
There's just potential that they could one day perhaps be that top talent. Liverpool, look who they brought in, like the Oxlade-Chamberlains, Naby Keita. Those aren't players that
you can even say Robertson.
Yeah, from Hull,
Trent.
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean, right? So it's not even about Serie A being unable to attract top talent. I just feel that those teams don't have the right men in charge to really build a top side.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the big thing, because Atalanta's doing what they can now, and they've obviously benefited from the fact that Milan have struggled, Inter have really struggled as well, and Roma have been inconsistent all season, right? And then the rest, it's like we knew Torino would eventually kind of fall off, and we knew Lazio were going to fall off as well too.
Yep.
So I'm happy for them. Does it help Italy, like you said? Probably not. But I feel like the other three don't really deserve it. So I wouldn't feel bad if Atalanta are there.
Yeah. I mean, look, we said what we had to say on that on them. I mean, we've spoken at length about this Inter team, and
they pissed me off.
And they got absolutely hammered by Napoli on the weekend. That was actually one of the better Napoli performances I've seen actually all year from that team.
Took them a while.
Yeah, I know. Zielinski with a fantastic goal, one of the goals of the season actually.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, it was all It was all Napoli. You know what was strange for me was that, and I don't know if Spalletti saw the writing on the wall or what it was, but a big game like that, and you have Icardi on the bench.
You know what? I'm not too mad at that.
Are you not?
No.
I mean, like, I can understand. I would like to understand why, but that's your bet. Whether he is what he is, and you're either a fan of Icardi or you're not.
Oh, I'm sick of him already.
I know, but he's, for me, their best player, their best goal scorer. So when push comes to shove and you need your best players on the field away to Napoli, I don't understand the logic of having him on the bench.
Hey, he should have went one further and just not had him in the squad. He has done absolutely jack shit since he's come back from whatever hiatus he was on with whatever was going on behind the scenes there. He has done absolutely nothing. So that's why I could really care less. I've watched them, and he's done absolutely nothing. And my problem with Mauro, and I've stated this at some point this season or maybe in the past, is that sure, the talent is there, but he does not do himself any favors. And I just feel like there's so much, like if there was just some bit of work ethic for an extended amount of time, then he could be really great. And I'm not saying that if he goes somewhere else, he can't be really great. I just don't know if he has that in him to be the great player that many people expect him to be.
Does he need a great coach to take that out of him, or is that something that you feel that he has to bring out himself?
Oh, we'll wait till he gets a great coach. We'll wait.
That's what I'm asking.
That will be the writing on the wall. I can't answer that.
Oh, that's the writing on the wall. So you feel that if let's say he stays there and Conte comes in, and he can't, and Conte can't get the best out of him. That's make or break?
Yeah, I think so, because he could actually use that excuse that Inter has been pretty much a shambles since you could go back to Mourinho. Really? Like,
right? Okay. Yeah.
We could really say that it's just been managerial turnover, and they haven't really performed to the level that many people would have expected them to at the turn of the decade following that treble win. And they need a big personality there, a quality manager. And I just feel like they haven't really had that since Mourinho left. And it's been a lot of poor transfer decisions, struggling to find their identity. And they've had Icardi there, and he's been able to score a shit ton of goals, and he can. But look, at some point we gotta draw a line here. And I feel like if they do get whoever's supposed to come in, they're saying it's Conte.
Apparently, news is broken that he's signed a 3-year contract.
Yeah, well, I need to see him on that San Siro field first,
okay,
with the jersey and the little unveiling.
Yeah, that's fine.
And once I see that, then it's gut check time. Now it's time for you to show who you are, because it's just they are so limited. They don't create enough chances. I'm sick of the Nangolan experiment. I not the biggest Perisic fan either.
Nope.
I feel the midfield lacks creativity. The defense is decent, but at the end of the day, you need to score goals. And that's been one of their biggest problems, is that they have struggled to, like the other Milan side, just struggle to create chances, just struggle to score goals. And if you can't get that guy firing, and if he doesn't want to get himself involved, then you got to do something. And I wasn't surprised that he wasn't on the field. I think Spalletti's given up on him. I think he's given up on Spalletti. And it's just, it would be a very sour ending to the season if they fail to get the job done. Because I did say on this podcast that I wasn't worried about them, because I thought that out of the other three teams, that they had enough talent. Not to like run the table.
No. But to just
get by.
Are you now worried? Are you now concerned that they're gonna they're gonna slip?
Well, I'm not worried about shit. I know what you mean. I don't trust them. I don't know what is gonna happen this weekend. But I say that for Milan and I say that for Atalanta.
That's fair.
I don't trust. Well, I trust. It's bad that I trust Atalanta more than all of them, but I just don't trust them. I don't trust Inter. And at this point, right now, if going into the final weekend, I slightly trust Milan more than I slightly trust Milan more than Inter, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's an extremely bad.
And you're
thing.
saying, and it's funny because you're saying that even with Inter at home.
Yeah.
You know, like that's for me the scary thing out of all this. You know, like if you're telling me that, and normally the home team should have that advantage of playing at home and all of that.
Empoli's in a relegation battle.
Yeah,
you gotta win.
Yeah,
you're not even going there.
No,
they gotta win.
Yeah,
and if they don't win, they don't deserve it.
Nope.
And I've said it about all those English teams that didn't make the top 4 or whatnot, and that were close to not making it. If Inter don't win, they don't deserve it. And I would not feel any sort of remorse for them because they had it in their hands and they have just bottled it because there are a lot of me's and I's. Mm-hmm. But as cliche and corny as it sounds, there's no unity there. There's none. And they need a really, like, whoever comes in next, I pray, like, Conte would be nice because they've always wanted him. Mm-hmm. And Spalletti should have been gone. It's so funny how moments could define or really shift seasons, because if Icardi doesn't score that cracker against Spurs, Spalletti's probably gone midway through the season.
Yes.
So it's so funny how that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how their season has gone. And even then, it was like, oh, they're not. They should have never won that game against Spurs.
Yep.
So no, I don't feel sorry for them. I expected better from them. They have clearly let me down, and they have it in their hands. If they don't win, if they draw, and they miss out, it's on them. They can only blame themselves.
So we'll go to the other Milan club.
They were a bit better this weekend.
Yeah,
not the greatest.
Yeah,
they're by far from the greatest. Same thing with them. It's just like, man, Suso can't be your only guy.
Nope.
He scored a great free kick.
Oh, it's bar down.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was going to take it. I thought he was going to give it to Çalhanoğlu. And then he was involved for the Piatek goal as well. It was his cross, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, you kind of know what you're getting from them. But they did put themselves in positions where you could feel like they merited the 3 points. But, you know, wasn't that Abate's last game for Milan?
Yeah,
too?
it was.
And he almost screwed them over too.
Yeah,
with that penalty.
Yeah,
and then Donnarumma made two big saves.
Yeah,
big saves.
And you know what? Gattuso said that. He said that we can thank him for the 3 points. So, look, I think that's another club and we've said this on a number of occasions here, where we don't think Gattuso's the right guy to take that team forward, and
none of them are.
No, and
Gasparini's the best manager out of the 4.
Yeah,
and
he's going to Roma next year.
There you go.
Which is another thing I don't understand, but that's fine. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I mean, look, I think if, and we've said this here as well, if Milan find a way to get to the Champions League, I don't think Gattuso's the guy to take them there. That's my opinion. But look, they got the 3 points this weekend against Frosinone. They didn't look great, but they got what they needed to, or they did what they needed to do at the end of the day, and they put themselves in contention on the final day, which I guess is as good as you can expect from a club like that. And look, that's another club that's going to have a big off season, big decisions to make, and try to attract some talent. I said this here before. I think they are almost like a Manchester United in terms of name. I think AC Milan still has that sex appeal in Serie A. So I don't think they will struggle if they do qualify for the Champions League to bring in some big name talent. They have the money as well. So I don't see them struggling in that sense when it comes, if they do qualify for the Champions League.
You know, and I'm pretty sure.
No, you don't agree with me, or
no, and I'm pretty sure you said this before, that the best thing for Italy as a whole is if Inter and Milan both make it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but they've both put themselves in situations where, one of them probably won't.
I have full faith in Atalanta winning on the weekend. To be honest, at home against Sassuolo,
Well,
I actually think.
Yeah, but isn't Atalanta playing at Sassuolo Stadium because they're like starting their whole stadium renovation
Yes.
or whatever?
No, they're still playing this game at home.
Yeah, no, but I swear they're playing it at whatever Sassuolo Stadium is.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just for this one game.
Oh, really? Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
So it's kind of like a neutral. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah.
I still think.
You still think they
yeah,
will, right?
yeah.
Okay. No, but I'm not gonna go against that either. It's just yeah, like I agree with your points that it would be good for Italy, but I don't know, man. They both Inter and AC are such a fascinating prospect because at the end of the day, you feel like it's just about guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could both could attract players that they could start to build something from and then eventually work their way up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got the wrong guys in charge or you hire the wrong guys and then buy players that aren't really equipped to the standard that you're trying to live up to, then that's kind of the problem.
Yep.
That's exactly the problem. And I expect like Roma did whatever Roma did with like the whole young kids and how they went about their business that way.
We'll get to them in a second because I got some stuff to get off my chest with that club.
And I understand that, but like the money that these clubs have spent over the past few seasons, and just the managers that have been appointed to these clubs, and it's not good enough. It's not good, and they really like this is the summer for you to look at it. Judged what Napoli's been doing, and even look at Juve and see where they could be going. Because I'm not too sure. I don't know what's happening over there. And that will be a conversation that we have this summer.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell's happening over there at that top. But if there's ever a time for you to come in and say, look, we're coming here to challenge, it's kind of this summer to start laying down that foundation. But you got to get through this weekend first, and if they could both get through, I guess that'd be great, and it'd suck for Atalanta. But I feel like whoever makes that jump, they really, well, regardless of whoever makes the jump, even if Milan or Inter finish in the Europa League, get the right guy. Please hire the right guy. Put faith in him. You've put faith in a lot of other bums, so put faith in them, and hopefully we see them back to their best. Because it's not like they're far off. They are, obviously. But it's not an issue that can't be fixed, which is proper guidance.
Yeah,
and intelligent signings.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about Roma? What about Roma? What about them?
Look,
What about them?
I am not a Roma fan.
We know that.
Any stretch of the imagination.
We know.
But I want to say a little thing about how they treated, I guess, in the past now. Di Rossi, because I thought that was.
I saw him on that. What happened on that little clip?
I don't know. I just look. You don't treat a guy who has played for your club, has only played for your club, has come through the youth system, like that. And like I've stated, I have no affiliation to Roma. I couldn't care less about that team as a team itself, but the way they treated a person like him was wrong. Yeah. I didn't expect the whole thing like they did with Totti and whatever, but I expected something along the same lines. And I didn't expect them to force him to retire or whatnot, but I expected them to treat someone of their own, which is what he is. He is Roman through and through.
Yeah.
Better than what they did. And Ranieri came out and said it as well. I mean, Ranieri's leaving.
Leave.
So that's another, get
out of here.
That's another thing. And then you come out and treat one of your own like that. That club is in disarray. I don't know what that club is.
Really?
Yep.
And when I get to them, I don't think. You see, when I look at those clubs specifically, and then I look at Arsenal, Chelsea, United, I think these clubs aren't in that bad. Obviously, they're not I wouldn't say that they're better than those clubs,
Right.
but I feel like the work that they have to do isn't as drastic as the work that those clubs in England have to do.
Okay, I mean,
because-
I can see where you're going with that, but
Roma got a foundation there.
sure, yeah. But what's going to happen when Juve poaches Zaniolo?
That's fine. Take him.
And what? And
I don't think he's that great.
okay, but who are the foundations you're talking about? Isn't he one of the foundations?
Yeah, essentially.
Right, like,
But I feel like there are certain players there that probably are going to go and possibly should go.
Okay.
I think of like Nzonzi that comes to mind.
Sure.
I think of Dzeko may go.
Okay.
But I feel like I need to see who they hire first,
Yeah.
and then go from there. But if they could sell a little Zani or Zanzi for a decent amount of money,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what my
How
problem
old
is?
is he?
Zaniola?
Yeah.
I think he's 19.
Okay, whatever. We don't know how good he's gonna be.
Yeah, 19.
I don't think he's gonna be that good.
No, my problem is with that club is that I feel like they don't have the backbone to say no to when clubs come calling, and I just look at it recently. Mo Salah, Allison. If you really want to be a club that challenges year in and year out, they don't. Why not say no? Why not put up a fuss? Why not try to keep some of those top talents at your club and and build something? Because if they would have kept Mo and they would have kept Allison, and with Zeko still there, Zaniolo coming in, who says that they couldn't have made a run in the Champions League or done well in the league?
I don't think they could have kept Allison. That's one thing I will say.
Okay.
I think they could have kept Salah. I just didn't think that Salah's little burst kind of came out of nowhere.
Right.
To be fair. So when they got that money for him, I think they thought, they took a gamble that obviously backfired.
Sure.
If I want to look at it that way.
And you don't think they could have kept Allison?
No, I don't think they could have. I think that was going to happen regardless. If Liverpool were willing to if Liverpool are willing to spend that much on him, I don't know how you can. I don't know how you don't say yes. It's a lot. They spent a lot of money on him.
No, I see that. I mean, and I can understand that. But if you want Serie A to be back to the league that it once was, and you talk about all of that. If you talk, then at some point you've got to, you have to say no. Look, United just came in with a bid of 110 million for Koulibaly. United just came in for a bid. Napoli said no. They didn't say that, oh, this is a lot of money, we'll sell Koulibaly. You got to have a little bit of, and I'm not talking just about Roma, I'm talking about Serie A clubs in general. They got to have a little bit of backbone to say no. Because I'm sure if you're going to, I don't know, Manchester City, and you're giving City 110 million for Raheem, they're laughing at you. Nope, you're not taking Raheem. You're not selling Bernardo Silva for that amount. You're not selling, Aguero for that amount.
I'm selling Aguero.
Okay,
for
so
fine.
Okay, they're not selling Bernardo Silva. They're not selling Kevin De Bruyne. They say no. Those clubs, big clubs, say no.
But then can't you make the case that that's on the player too? The player wants to go.
But that's another. But we don't know if Mo wanted to leave. We don't know if Allison asks to go. If the player asks to go, then unfortunately we've talked about this too.
Allison looked like he want to go.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then fine. But we've talked about that the players may have too much power nowadays. I mean, Paul Pogba comes to mind.
We ain't talking about that scrub today.
No. But I'm just saying, player power is more powerful now than it has been ever. I'm just saying that if Serie A clubs or Serie A in general wants to get back to that top echelon that they were back in the day, they've got to start keeping those top talents inside the league. That's my rant.
Yeah, but I think that's much easier said than done. I really do feel like it's much easier said than done, and I feel like it's very rare that those Koulibaly may be one of the few exceptions. exceptions here. But how many years does he have on his contract anyways? That's something that we have to look in. There's so many factors that we have to look into regarding that. Ultimately, it's up to him, because if he goes to De Laurentiis and says he wants to leave now, they're gonna have to sell him. You know, so I kind of judge him too, to see, like, I don't know, maybe he is Napoli through and through. But I get what you're saying with the Roma thing. I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, those two signings, it's kind of hard. Like, I guess you could blame them for the Salah thing. And I could also flip that and say, look, no one expected Salah to morph into what he has under Klopp. Mm-hmm. The Alisson thing, there's just no way that they're keeping him. It's not happening. And I feel like, I feel like if another club comes after Koulibaly, that's not Manchester United, you know, that may tip him off a bit. Mm-hmm. But even then, I get the premise of it. But it all starts with the manager too, right? Like, you need someone in there that's competent, that is actually showing that he's building something, and that could also help shift the vibe around the club and ensure that, you know, those players may not want to go. Because Zaniolo, for example, is probably looking at Roma right now and looking at how, you know, unsettling it is, mm-hmm. and how there's so much turnover that he's probably like, well, why am I going to stay here? You know, and that's one of the biggest problems. No one's really going to enter to poach any players unless they're looking to poach Skriniar or perhaps Icardi, right? Yeah. And then if you look at Milan, no one really going there.
No.
And then no one's really going to Napoli, really.
Well, I mean, I think you go to Napoli to poach Koulibaly.
I know the little
maybe Insigne.
Hell no.
No.
I'm staying on that ledge, because I'm staying on that ledge. I'll be surprised if he makes that move. That you think he go? That
Greece? Probably not.
No. No. Alain?
Zelensky?
No.
Nope.
Nope. None. Nope.
I mean,
the Alain talk was big at the start of the season, right?
Kylian?
It's kind of that. Nope. No, that's hell no. Hell no.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't think. Milik, no.
No, that's no. I know the squad. No, no one else.
No.
You're searching.
Yeah, I was looking. I want to see.
No.
Want to see who else.
But
no, I can see. I understand your point.
So, and then even when I go to Juve, like, they don't buy players that people are really trying to go after either, right?
No. But I think that what you said earlier is something we need to talk about. What's their plans? What's their transfer plans?
I'm waiting. I saw Aaron in the stats.
Yeah,
I saw Aaron in the stats. Look, man, all I'm gonna say about your little squad is that get a center back. Are they in the little Dalit challenge?
Yeah,
they're in the challenge for Dalit.
Yeah, apparently that's what I read today.
Well, these teams are corny, man.
Yeah,
like, get another center back.
Yeah,
like, what's this fascinating? This is not to knock him, and this is not to say that he's gonna be great or anything. And I'm definitely not saying he's trash.
Okay,
but what is the fascination?
I can tell you what right now. It's not about it's not that a fascination on him.
It's the goals.
No, it's the fact that there's not very many good center backs.
I know.
That's legitimately the case. You make a good point, but name me another center back that's young and up and coming and has some and is available. And I mean, the only one other than we just talked about him is Koulibaly. Other than that, who would be a center back that is legitimately available?
Hey, look, man, I ain't paying over $100 million for that 19-year-old.
Is that how much they want?
You're paying over 100 for that kid.
You think so? Is that what? I'm asking. I don't actually don't know.
I'm just messing with the numbers.
Oh, okay,
but I would like to think
that's for me.
Frankie went for what, 60 to 80?
Yeah,
somewhere around there. And that kid scored some big, and then Dalit scored some big Champions League goals. Yeah, man. No. I just want to know the fascination. I kind of understand where it's coming from. I do know that center backs at that level come at a premium. I just don't think he's at that level yet. I think people are paying a lot for
potential.
And boy, I hope he has that potential.
What else?
But yeah, I'm really no man. So they just center back. And
Yeah.
Get a midfield.
Oh, that's yeah.
Get a midfield. I'm sorry, man. I can. It's gonna pain me to go into another season, and it's gonna be that same midfield. And whatever, you scrap Khedira. I gotta see another year of Matuidi on his last legs. And then you bring in Aaron Ramsey. And that's not to say anything bad about Aaron Ramsey, but I just hope there's more.
Okay.
I just hope there's more.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get to that later when all the little rumors fly around about who they may get or what they may get, and we'll go from there. It's so great to start with Serie A to start the podcast. So and it wasn't even the title race. No, you can't produce.
Okay.
Where are we going next? Bundesliga, I guess. Bayern Munich wrapped it all up. Final day, saved it to the end. Didn't even bother watching Dortmund because it didn't really matter.
Good.
And they did it on a nice note because Robben and Ribéry did score.
Yeah, they rolled back the years.
And what could be, well,
Batman and Robin.
Frankfurt didn't really roll anything.
No, I you know what? That actually surprised me.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? Because that team played well all year.
Yeah,
and I'm surprised they
went out like that.
Yeah, I was honestly, if you would have told me that's the way that season ended for them, I would have said no, absolutely not. I thought they would push Bayern all the way until the end, and it wasn't to be. They really rolled over.
That Europa League loss really sucked the life out of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like that's where that went. And Bayern had a lot to play for. And you would hope that on the final day of the season, when you need a big win, that the champions do show up.
And they did.
We'll give them that. And it was nice to see Ribéry and Robben go out the way that they did. But now it's a real gut check time because this season did not go the way that it should have. I really enjoyed this title race. And it kind of did put a lot of faith in those that watch the Bundesliga on a week-to-week basis that perhaps we could see a more balanced league next season, or the balance perhaps is or the gap is somewhat tightening like it did towards the start of the decade before the treble winning side and the Pep's years. And Dortmund really has surprised us. We did say on this podcast that it was going to be very difficult for them to sustain what they were doing for the entire season. And they did go through dips, but for large spells of that season, they were in it through thick and thin. And I think they deserve a lot of credit because at the start of the season, no one expected that. Not one person expected that.
No.
And we got to give credit where it's due. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go now. You know, did some good business, got rid of Pulisic for money that they probably wouldn't get anywhere else.
Nope.
And were they looking to bring in Thorgan? And I forgot who else they're looking to bring in. Someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else that's half decent. So you look at that and it's like, I hope that they could go one step further next season and build on this. And I don't think that they should have any issues doing that. Obviously the health of Götze and then Royce and what happens with Paco is going to be interesting, but also you look at the progression of Jadon, that should be interesting as well.
Yep.
Does Raphael stay healthy? What do the young center backs do? There's a lot of questions to ask there. I think that there's a lot of room for improvement. They could definitely build on that squad if they want to, because I don't think that they should definitely stick with what they have now, because there are areas that they can improve if they're not looking to self-improve through players working harder this summer. But I think Lucien's done a fantastic job there, and he deserves a lot of credit. And I guess we can't say that they did bottle it, but they should have never been in this race to begin with. And that's where we look to Bayern.
Yes.
And that's where we look to what they do this summer.
And that this is another club that's going to have an interesting summer, a big summer. I would like to see, they've already, and kudos to them, because I've already said this earlier, they've done some of their transfer business early. Lucas Hernandez, they brought him early. They brought in Pavard too. Is it?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's two really good early signings, but I think there's more to come. I think there's more to come from this team. I don't feel like Nico is the guy to take them forward. So it's going to be interesting to see if they stick or twitch with him. To be honest, I would like to see if Max goes there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I feel that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of like I mentioned this to Jimmy the other day, and he came back to me and said they like someone who speaks German. I know I don't know if Max does or does not.
You'd have to learn like Carlo did during his because Carlo took a year off, right? And
Right.
And Carlo was learning German during
Yes.
the time that he was there. Yeah.
Yes. So
that is correct.
but I think Max would fit the bill there, and it would be interesting to see how he would do at a club like Bayern, who would spend the money and whatnot, would be able to compete both in the league, and in Champions League. So if there was a nice little project for Max, it would be that. I don't think Nico is the right man to lead that club forward, and we could almost have the same discussion about him and Gattuso in the same bill.
Well, that's not nice.
No, I know, but I'm gonna throw them there together. But it's a big summer for them, and I would like to see who they go after and what kind of names they bring in.
The only reason why I would say that they need to possibly move away from Nico is that you can make the case that he does need a summer to get his own players and bring in his own signings. I know he did have that last summer, but everything just kind of felt a bit rushed. And then with the whole Lewandowski, they were unsure whether he was going to go, and then he stayed. There was just like, it kind of didn't feel like it was his team still. It kind of felt like you're just picking up what was still there. But I just feel like they can't afford to give him a certain amount of money and then have things flop or kind of stagnate in November, December.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thing, as where do you go from here? They also have a big summer. Who are you bringing in?
Mm-hmm.
How do you look to move forward? Does Lewandowski stay? Because he was it felt like he was forced to stay.
Right.
And he still did have a very good season because he is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But where do they go from here? I like the base is there. The base is there. Alaba's still young. Kimmich is still there. Sula looks to be the real deal. I actually like him a lot. I would like if they got another. I would like if they got another midfielder, because I feel like Thiago just isn't fit enough, and we'll see how Goretzka. Although he did have a better second half of the season, where he goes from there. And then now there's a lot of stock on the wide players, the young ones.
Mm-hmm.
Coleman and Gnabry to get better. And yeah.
Fonzie?
I don't know about that.
Do you think, is he in the plans for next year?
I don't know. We have to see who's there first.
Okay, that's fair.
And it also depends on him. Like I said, I haven't seen enough of him since he's left to really make that case, right?
I like the way the Twitter of Soccer Canada Bundesliga champion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Check that Twitter.
No, I'm good.
So yeah, I mean that's a club that's gonna have an interesting off season, and it's funny, and we said this here. There's a lot of big clubs that are in that transitional period. It's gonna be a battle to get the players that they want, and I want to see who stays and who goes. And if you look at the top 5 leagues, if Juve, champions of Serie A, new manager. Bayern, champions of Germany, possibly new manager. Thomas Tuchel, not guaranteed to be at PSG. Yep. And Valverde, not guaranteed to be back at Barcelona. Yep. So 4 out of the 5 managers that won their respective leagues aren't back next year. Other than and Pep is still supposedly going to stay at City.
What do you mean supposedly? He's staying at City. He's not going to Juve. He's not going to Juve.
Give him the bag.
He's definitely not going.
Give him the
He's
bag.
already got it.
Yeah, no.
And he has all the players that
Listen,
he has all the players
give
that
him-
he needs
Give
and
him,
can get.
give him the fiats.
in Manchester.
Give him everything he wants.
Yeah.
Yep.
That means Juve is actually going to buy players that are in their prime of their careers.
Listen,
They don't do that.
you gotta change your philosophy at some point.
Oh, okay. We'll see about that. That's not happening anytime soon.
What's next?
Well, you tell me what's next. Obviously, we know
Watford?
what's next. Yeah. Do you any surprised?
Nope. I thought Watford would put up a little bit of. They actually, you know what? To be honest, if they would have buried that chance early,
Pereira?
yeah. Speaking of ex-Juve players,
Yeah.
he had a good chance. I mean, a good save by Allison. Came out and smothered it early.
Eddie?
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
he scores that, I mean that's a different game. And then they don't, as we've said with Watford in the past, don't take their chances, and City come back and punish them. By the way, was that Raheem's goal?
Yeah, it was.
He stole that off the line.
Yeah.
Oh, what a snake!
Yeah.
If you ever did that to me,
Well, it was.
I would never pass to you again.
Yeah. No, he.
That's a snake.
He did take that. Who cares? Gabriel scored after.
I don't know.
He did it? Yeah, he did.
No, I don't care.
Okay,
You're
whatever.
a snake. If you take that goal away from me,
Whatever. Y'all are emotional.
yeah.
Like the oranges.
Yeah.
Relax. It's not that serious. Kevin came on and did his thing.
Yeah.
Kevin came on and kind of showed us, like I'm that guy.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
that was nice to
So
see.
that's a preview for next season to everybody else who's watching.
Yeah, that was nice to see, and
Yep.
I hope that he does stay fit. And
I think this offseason is going to be good for him because he's got nothing.
yeah, he's got a break, and he
Yeah.
could actually work on his fitness, and like he just had 2 freak injuries, right?
Yeah.
I think they all kind of need a break, and
I think who's so Ederson, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's it.
no, because Raheem and John made for that UEFA Nations League.
Oh right.
Yeah, so they're Bernardo also because Portugal's
yes.
there,
Yes.
so they're gonna be gone too. Right?
Did Aguero get called up to Argentina? I didn't see what. I didn't see if they released their squad.
Yeah, I don't even look at that
Okay.
either. But yeah, they're gonna be gone. Vincent Kompany, by the way.
That I was gonna get to that. Yeah.
I guess salute to him. I saw a lot of people saying like one of the best Premier League defenders, whatnot. I don't know. I'm not gonna go that far, but
Leader though.
Yeah, but what does that really matter?
What?
Does that really matter?
Yeah.
Best leader?
No. I know. I meant as in they're going to miss a leader.
Oh, yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that shouldn't be understated. Okay, man, Dan, your hood is popping.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I look at that, and yeah, they're gonna lose that, and he's played. Like he scored that big goal against Leicester, and then I think about 2011 when he scored the header in the Manchester Derby,
Yep.
which kind of ignited their late title surge. So he's played key roles, but he's just been missing for too long, and that's why it was very integral. Or it was very nice to see him play these final few games of the season and start and play a key role. But that means that with him and then Otamendi gone, that they're going to possibly be looking for a center back too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
don't leave that out of the question. I heard they're working, or the rumors that they're working on Rodri from Atletico to kind of get that settled as well.
Yep.
But yeah, this was pretty straightforward. I think, are they the first team to win the domestic treble?
Men.
Oh yeah, first yeah, Pep kind of made that clear. I don't really, whatever. Yeah, we'll leave that
Good
there.
for Pep.
Yeah, and was that quote true where he said it was much difficult than winning the Champions
That's what
League?
he said. I don't know how much stock I take into that, but he's got to say that. He's at City right now.
Oh no,
The fact that this was the hardest treble he's won.
oh,
Because
he's,
that
oh,
was
did
his
he,
quote.
that was? I thought he just said it was much more difficult to win the domestic treble than it is to win the Champions League.
Maybe I misunderstood the
Yeah.
quote. I thought he said this was this domestic treble was harder than when he won the treble, back when he was in Barcelona.
I guess the only way you could really like defend that case is if you look at the quality of players here in comparison to the quality of players that he had over there, and the fact that I guess Liverpool pushed them to the final day.
Yeah, some you know what? I think some people were tweeting who they had to beat to win those 2 domestic
Yeah.
cups,
Yeah.
but you only
Yeah.
the draw is the draw. It's not
yeah,
that
at the end.
like it is
Yeah.
what it is. It's not
Yeah.
it's not that one. Okay, it is the draw is what the draw is. The balls came out that way. I don't know. You know, like you just play who's in front of you.
You can't really kill them for that.
No.
At the end of the day, no one's done it, so there's a reason why.
Right.
You know? And I was to the Champions League point. I do think it's harder to win a treble than to win Champions League. But I'll leave that for another day as well. I'll leave that for the Champions League final when I like rip it into shreds and pieces. But salute to them. I think it's been a great season. It does put a lot of pressure on them now for next season because I feel like now he's won everything and now they're really going to be even harder on him to win the Champions League. And we'll see where they go from here. But like I said, great season in terms of the points tally, in terms of adding these trophies on the board. And I'm interested to see what happens next. And I know that they're going to try to get better. And we've discussed where they could get better last week. So now we just play the waiting game. And I just wish that game was a bit more exciting. But whether it was Watford or Wolves, I felt like that was the outcome was inevitable. So we'll leave that there. Spain kind of finished off. Interested to see where Madrid go and how they're going to go about their season now. And we'll get to that in a bit. Barca drew, but Messi scored twice, won the Pichichi. I don't really care about what Atletico did. I do want to touch on... Did we touch on Griezmann last week?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yep.
That he's a loser?
Yes.
Were you sure?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
You want to say something now?
He's a loser.
Okay.
He's a loser. And if Barcelona have... Like, I could understand why Barcelona would look at it and say, well, hey, maybe if we offload Coutinho and then go get Griezmann, you know, perhaps it's it is an improvement. I'm not really gonna slag Griezmann here. Okay, it's an improvement. So maybe they'll look at that and be like, okay, this is an improvement. We got Griezmann. Okay, he's La Liga. He's already settled into the league. Yes, he could score goals. He plays with a manager that doesn't really set them up to really express themselves. Perhaps now behind Messi, you know, he could really take the team to another level because now they have another.
You're really selling this hard.
Because now, if I look at it and I compare what they have now, Suarez on his last legs, Coutinho, Dembele's not there. Griezmann isn't a bad move for them. Okay. So I can understand why I'm looking at from that perspective first. Yeah. As to why they may think that is the way to go. And you can't really knock them for it. Yeah. And then I come in and I'm like, no, don't do it because that loser got onto whatever he did last week or last year. Yeah. And when he was supposed the decision, like who do you think you are? Comes out, does all that nonsense and just thinks that he's going to really kill us all by staying at Atletico.
This is a decision part 2.
Yeah.
You know what? You watched that video, right?
Yes, I did.
He looked like he was being interrogated.
Yeah.
And got his hair all floppy. He's made with the iPhone 2.
I'm staying at Atletico, and, you know, I'm going to win no trophies this season, which he did. And, yeah, man, I just don't know how they could really look at that and say, yeah, let's take this guy now. Mind you, people forget, and quality player is a quality player, and perhaps they're going to look past it. But no, he's a loser, and he's to stay there. Or go to, like, United. Go do something. Go be the hero somewhere else.
Look, I just don't have time for that kind of guy. He's going to end up in Barcelona. We all know where he's going to end up. I don't know. I just don't have time for him. The less we talk about him, for me, the better. But at the end of the day, look, what he's done for Atletico, it shouldn't be understated. I just don't like the way he's going about it. For me, that's the thing that leaves me with a sour taste in your mouth. You want to leave the club? Look, you've got all the right to stay or to leave, but do it like a man. Don't need this online video. Don't need any of that decision and whatever else he needs to do. Just be a man. Say, I want to change. I don't want to be here. I want to go to another club. If you really are honest, just say you want to go to another club that has a chance to win. I would have more respect for you if you do it that way. But right now, I have no respect.
And wasn't there apparently another video?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but there's another video that he was just trying to get off, and I was like, "Oh, you gotta relax, buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta relax. Like, no, don't kill the videos, man. We don't want to see you. We see you enough.
Yep.
And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Barcelona go about that. I really hope that they don't make that move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How? I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Anything else happen? Madrid. What did happen in Madrid this?
Zidane came out and said he was happy that the season's over. And
Yeah.
things have to be done his way or he'll leave.
Oh, Tony Cruz signed an extension.
Yes.
So that was something that happened today. Because I was looking, I was like, oh, okay. I saw some Cruz interview, and I was like, okay. And everyone's expecting them to offload Bale.
Oh, yeah.
And that leaves us to this summer where it feels like they're going to get the three players that everyone thinks that they're going to get, which is Pogba, who apparently is forcing his little way out.
Yep.
So they say. Hazard,
Yeah.
who apparently they're saying is the rumor is that after the Europa League final.
Yeah.
And then now we get to, they wrapped up Ligue 1 this weekend, right?
Yes.
Because I think they got their little trophies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we also got to talk about Thomas, who, because the season ended the way it did, they kind of went under the radar. And like I've said before, he could be gone too. But let's get to, I spelled Atalanta as Atlanta. Look good for me. Let's get to Kylian Mbappe in the mix zone, because he had a lot of things to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kylian, let's get to you. I said what I had to say. When you are in such an occasion, you could send messages. I think I have sent mine. If I speak more, it will be too much, and that is not the message I wish to send. Well, Kylian, what did you say? What did Kylian say? This is what he says after winning Ligue 1 Player of the Year. This was the only title I was missing. It is maybe the moment to have more responsibilities, maybe at PSG with pleasure or elsewhere for a new project. I am at a turning point in my career. Look, man. I tell you, I hate these young kids.
Yep.
I hate these young kids. This kid not even 20 yet.
Nope.
Turning point of his career. You've done all you can.
Go ahead. Say what you have to say.
Well, where he thinks he's gonna go is Real Madrid. And I've seen Kylian Mbappe in these big games. And I'm not talking about for France, where he's got everyone around him.
Mm-hmm.
And they play on the counterattack, and it fits his style, and he could run into space. I'm talking about those big Champions League lights, those big nights where the lights are bright.
Yep.
And I've seen him more so last year, but specifically this year, against a Real Madrid side when Neymar wasn't there for both of them. And you would think that this is the time. It's your moment. Cavani wasn't even there this time for the second leg.
Against United?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is here. Who do you think you are? That is my question. Who does he think he is? I know there's an ego thing here.
Yeah,
I know he probably gets whatever he wants in France. He's the king of France now because Pogba never lived up to the hype.
Correct.
So they love him.
Yep.
And now Real Madrid, Zidane, French legend, courting him, and that is probably where they want him to be. Now, number one, where is he going to play there? Because he's definitely not playing on the left. And
No, because that's where
Hazard's going to play.
Yep.
And I don't think he's going to play on the right.
Because who's playing there?
I don't know.
Okay. He's playing right up the middle?
And that's the funny thing, because you are 20. You are not I know he scored a lot of goals this season.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him miss a lot of chances.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a center forward.
Nope.
He's not. And for Madrid to go and play this counterattacking style, because to me, for him, if he don't got space to run into, he's virtually non-existent.
Yep.
Because that's all has for him. And my biggest thing with Kylian, and it's always been my biggest thing, is that when you solely rely on pace, it's funny that Gareth Bale would leave and Kylian Mbappe would come in.
I was just about to say this. I was hoping you weren't going to talk about the two of them, but that's fine because I feel one is a carbon copy, maybe just young.
And you know what's funny? It was funny when Gareth Bale went there. He's better than Kylian Mbappe now. Yes.
Yeah.
I know all the Kylian Mbappe little fanboys will think not.
Yeah.
But Bale was doing stuff.
Yeah.
Bale was doing things.
Yeah.
I don't care what Kylian's doing over there. I really don't. To be honest. And that's no disrespect to the league. I really don't care what he's doing there. Mm-hmm. This is a whole different beast. Mm-hmm. And there's a part of me that looks at that and reads that and I just laugh. I just laugh. Because like I said, man, these new kids, they just, the great thing about them is that they dig their grave.
Yep.
They dig it. They make it much easier for us.
No,
specifically me.
Yeah.
They make it real easy because they dig their grave just like Paul did.
Yep.
Just like Grizz did.
Yep. Funny, they're all French.
Yeah. These French. Oh my God. Why can't they all be like Conte? Just be quiet and smile.
Yeah.
Like just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like you're all annoying.
Look. Do I think he's gonna end up at Madrid? I don't know. I
don't see how they afford it.
That was gonna be my answer. Do I feel that he still has he? I don't want to say has he outgrown PSG, but is the project interesting enough for him? Is more of a question. But if he doesn't, if he leaves PSG, where does he go? And like you said, I don't see Madrid being able to afford him. So, now you come out with those comments, and if you struggle next year, you've just piled on the heap of pressure on you going into the season next year. I said this about Griezmann, and I'm going to say this about Kylian. Just know your role. Just
give you a little gunshot.
Yeah, I just keep your mouth shut, play, and just play. And when the time is right, talk your talk, and when you can back it up. Because I don't feel that he has enough. He has shown us enough to do anything of this type of talking.
No, not at all. He hasn't done much. And you could look to his goal scoring records in France, and that's great. And congratulations to him for doing what he's done and winning Ligue 1 Player of the Year. And that is all nice, Kylian. But at the end of the day, just stay quiet. Just do it. Learn from the other two. Mm-hmm. Learn from the other two. Don't follow them.
Yep.
Because they've already dug their grave.
Mm-hmm.
And look at them now. Look at Paul trying to fight for a little move to Real, and push for a little move. And look at Grizz.
Yep.
Snubbing Barca, and now crawling.
Yep. Back.
Yeah. So, I just feel like you can be great, and I say this about all the young kids. You can be great, but there's a lot more. You are not the best player on that squad. It's unfortunate that the best player on that squad decides to take the final third of the season off.
Yeah.
But you are not the best player on that squad. And the best player on that squad also probably isn't the best person to have around you, because he should be much better than he is.
Yep.
And he's doing whatever the hell he's doing on social media as well.
Yep.
But you got a lot of time. And I just want you to kind of craft your game, learn how to play with your back to goal, learn how to link play better, become a better finisher. Because I feel like he solely relies on pace. And if you could take that away from him, then boy, there ain't really much there.
Nope.
There ain't really much there. So show us. But, those comments, not cool.
No.
They're not flying.
No.
And, yeah, man, stay where you are. really develop your game first. But hey, you want to go to Madrid, take all that little pressure. Those Bernabeu fans need someone else to turn on. So
they'll roast you as.
Yeah, but I'm really interested with the Zidane project too, because like I said, I'm interested to see what he's gonna do, because you know how I feel about him, and if he gets those 3 players, I don't want to hear a word from him.
No,
I don't want to hear a word from him, because right now it looks like Luka's gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Bale's probably gonna be gone. I don't know who else in the back line's gonna be gone, but there's Isco maybe.
Yeah,
but I just want to see how he shapes the squad, because I don't know if the combination of those 3 players, it's an interesting 3.
Yeah,
it's a very interesting 3. And if they don't get Mbappe, just the 2 alone from the Prem.
Oh, even those 2 alone, I think that's an interesting.
That's what makes it really interesting.
Yeah,
those 2, just because of who they are and what they've done. Very interesting, and I can't wait to see all of that. But that's what happened in Spain, and that was the little controversy in France.
Yep.
We got France, we had Germany, we had Spain, we had Italy. Oh man, it is time, Dad. It is time. No CPL, right? No CPL.
No, I was hoping you would avoid this one too.
It is time. To go out into the altitude and, you know, get back to winning ways. Boy, did they let us down. Come on. Greg, Michael, Josie, Posy. What happened? What happened? What do you guys say? Don't crawl into a little ball. Let us know. Let us know how you feel. Get your shit off.
Look, and I think a lot of people are saying the same thing, so I'm just gonna repeat it. This is an unbalanced squad.
Oh, I hate it.
I know you don't like it, but that the fact is that this squad, without and now, I mean, I hear people coming back and saying, "Oh, it was the wrong thing to give Josie the money," and maybe it was, but that squad without Josie in the lineup, there are no goal scorers, none, zero. I am not afraid of Jordan Hamilton as a striker. If he's going to score and he's going to win the game for TFC, then I take it. But they have no offense ability whatsoever. And at least if you have no offense ability, at least hopefully you have a good backline. Nope. Because Zavaleta is gifting goals to opponents. Because that first goal that, who was it, Real Salt Lake scored? Hey, I could have defended better.
It was both of them, no? Was it Oro there too?
Yeah, but Zavaleta gets caught underneath the front of the ball.
I know. What about the second one?
Well, that was just a good shot from far out, no?
No.
I mean, Michael could have probably closed that down a little faster, but
don't say that too loud. Come after you.
Yeah, I know. You know, he could have closed things down a little faster. But look, it's the same thing against DC United as well. There's no threat up front. And when there's no threat, you're not going to score. Okay? And Pasuelo looks like someone who's now slowly getting frustrated because he's got nobody who's going to put the ball into the net, and he knows that there's nobody to put the ball into the net. Those 2 yellow cards there were 2 yellow cards of frustration. I don't care whether it was the first, it was his only 2 tackles of the game, both yellows. So he deserved to be sent off. This squad needs players to come in ASAP. Curtis decided that they're going to wait until the summer transfer window. Okay, that's your decision. But you know what? By the time that summer transfer window comes, you're going to be outside of the playoff spots looking in, and you're going to lose even more players during the Gold Cup because Osario's gone, Chapman's going to go, Michael's going to go, and possibly... I know. Well, he's on the preliminary. And no, Michael's gonna go, and Josie could go, all gone for the Gold Cup. Who in God's creation is gonna score you goals? Who is that's my question. That's
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
I don't. I have no answers. That was my. That was my rant. Go ahead.
That rant was funny.
That's all I got to say about that.
No, I gotta say about.
Less is
I've
more.
been holding out on everything that I want to say about them because all these games kind of came quick and fast.
Yeah.
TFC is a very nice team. They're a very nice team.
A nice team to what?
Like they are so nice, and I'm gonna get into this. I want to really get into this later this week, and I may save it till after the weekend because I don't expect them to win.
Okay.
Over the weekend, but they're a very nice team, extremely nice, and I'll leave that there. I just want that to sink into your head,
Okay.
and you can think about it later. I won't share anything, but they're a very nice team. Look, man. I hate the imbalance thing, and I really do hate it, and I don't care whether TFC Live wants to believe it's facts or not. Yeah, well, what else is there really to say? I've said this a lot about this team, and it's interesting. It's interesting because I'm not going to mention the guy that left because I don't think I need to, and I've sat here on this platform, and I've fully understand why they didn't do what they did with him, and I wasn't here praising the Josie thing either because I always found that to be interesting. But I did not think that we were going to see so much of Hams in one season. I did not think that we're going to see so much of him. And it's a big season for him because the whole thing has been that he hasn't had enough playing time to really develop his game or show us whether he could play at this level. And I've always stuck to the belief that if you're not playing, there's a reason why you're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we are quickly seeing that. And there's not enough space now for Rosario to get into those nice positions that he once was getting into because two players that did have to occupy at least 2 to 3 players are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing that happen. And it's just, where do you expect to see the goals?
That was the question I asked?
No, but like, I don't need to answer that because the answer is in the lineup.
Yep.
So we know what the answer is. But there's no goals there. They play a certain way, and they didn't improve their backline this summer, and they don't know which goalie they want to go with. So and that's why.
I think that's the only position that's actually that he knows who's his starting goalie.
Oh well, now.
I think that's the only spot that's actually solidified. He's gonna go with Westbrook.
And now that's why when you told me they're gonna finish at third in the East, I was like, "Oh, you sure about that?" I'm not gonna hold you to that at the end of the season, but it's another thing where it's just like, can a transfer window really save them?
I think in this league, I think a transfer window is enough to start to put some pieces together, and the East is weaker than the West.
Evidently, but how many signings are they gonna have to get?
3 or 4.
I just don't know how that's gonna happen.
Oh no, I'm saying they need 3 or 4 to be on their way. I think they're gonna get 1 or 2. That's my like. I think if in a perfect world they get 4. But in a realistic world, I think they get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that they haven't brought anybody in when the transfer window was open is an indication of where this club is at.
Yes.
If you can't attract players, that's a bigger problem. And now you're seeing the effect of that because they wanted to make no doubt about it. They wanted to bring some players in. It's not that they didn't bring players in because they couldn't find players. No, they didn't bring players in because they couldn't get the players to come to the team. That for me is a bigger problem because back in 2017, 2018, they could attract some big name players because they had some big name players. Now, what are you going to sell?
Josie,
who's what? Has played X amount of games? Plays half the season?
Look at you. Michael.
Yeah, let's see how long he's here for.
There are rumors that he's going.
I honestly no, but and when you watch Michael from the stands or on TV, it's not the same Michael as it has been in the last 2 years, 3 years. And I'm not saying he's not invested. I'm not saying any of that, but it's a different Michael. I don't know if he's got one eye out or what, but it's not the same. It's not the same leader. And that was the one thing that I always respected about him, is that no matter what was going on at the club, I always looked at him as a leader on the field. And not that his leadership is not there, it's just that it's not the same guy that he has been in the last number of years. So that's no disrespect to him, but the atmosphere is a little different at this club. And if you can't start bringing in big name players, you got a bigger problem.
But what? Like I said, I don't know what really sells it here now. Where they obviously, I think they're gonna go abroad. There's been obviously no rumors as to who they want to bring in or we know the positions, but I'm really interested to see how they go about this now. I'm interested to see if Greg stays a bit longer. I'm interested to see, because they, like I said, they gave Ozil a lot of money, and I always felt that it wasn't justified. I understand why they felt they had to at that time, but I felt like that wasn't the right decision. And now I look at them, and when I watch them on a week-to-week basis, when I look at the Atlanta game, when I look at the DC game, when I look at this RSL game, they're nice. They're a nice squad. And all I have to say is nice squads don't win championships.
Nope.
And I don't know if nice squads could get into the playoffs if the competition around them isn't that great. And I just fear that this could really get ugly, and it could get real ugly fast.
Yep.
And that was my biggest thing, which is why I feel like Fabs and I were very pessimistic about how this season was going to go. And everything that they've shown me thus far is everything that I kind of expected. Pazzi's showing us that Friday nights are his and only his, and the hair dye ain't doing it. And yeah, man, at some point they gotta really look and really. My only biggest fear is that they're gonna look back at this Jovinko thing and really feel like they blew it. And I'm with them. I'm with them wholeheartedly. But they also have to look at that and say that, yeah, we did this, and now we have to own, whether it be the board, the management, whoever, they have to own that this was a high possibility. There was a high possibility that this could happen based on the fact that, I don't want to say they were unprepared, but perhaps they were. We could go that far.
Yep.
And now they're living and dying by the short-term decisions that they made, not only with Jovinko, but with everything that has transpired prior to. And I don't know where they're going to go from here, man. I don't know. All I can say is that they're very nice, and I really want to dwell into that a bit later. But there are so many holes in this squad. And like I said, and like we've said, if you can't score goals, it ain't going to happen for you, especially in this league. We saw that with kind of like DC before Rooney came.
Yep.
I always felt that they were just...
That's that, and I think that's why in the division that they're in, I think one or two key signings will push them into the spot that they want to be in. But I don't think it's the end product that they want, because that club sees themselves as a contender, or want to see themselves as a contender for MLS Cup year in and year out. That's what that club is striding itself to be. It's not there, but that's what it's striding itself to be. It wants to be a club that year in and year out fights for MLS Cup. They're far from being that club.
Hey, when did that become a thing?
I don't know.
You don't know when they decide that
Oh,
they're gonna.
I think ever since they've kind of invested the money and they spent the money on Josie and Bradley and Seba. I think that was the time and Victor. I think that was the time where they said we want to be that club that competes on all levels, whether it be domestically in the Canadian Championship, whether it be in MLS, or whether it be in the CONCACAF Champions League. They want to be that club that's there representing Canada, representing MLS year in, year out. And they're far from achieving that goal. They did it for 1 year, but 1 year is just a flash in the pan.
Oh well, they play this weekend, right?
Yep. On that note.
And who they play against? San Jose.
Yeah, at home on Sunday.
At home on Sunday.
You'll be there in the stands.
Definitely not.
All right.
You're never catching me there unless you may catch me there at some point.
Really?
But not willingly.
Oh, okay.
Not willingly. But they're nice. They're a very nice side. And they're just nice, man. I know it hurts you every time you watch, but they're a nice side, and we'll get into some of it. But they've once again another week they show us all their flaws. It's on full display, and I need to start tuning into the pressers just to see what Greg is saying and what the players are saying, because I feel like that's interesting now. I gotta read some of these beat writers and what they're writing, because I don't think they allow me into their dressing room, because I have a lot of questions to ask. But I want to hear it, because it's just I want to see the mood at that club. Like, what are they really thinking? But we'll save that for next week, when we'll see if they get back to winning ways on Sunday. And if not, well, here we are. We're going to be talking about the same thing. Bad defense, no midfield creativity, and no goals over at TFC at BMO Field. Anyhow, that was episode 77 of the InnerViews Podcast, where we broke down all the things that did matter this weekend and all the main soccer/footy talking points, because we provide you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis, because this is the best soccer/footy podcast in the world. And if you think there's one better, let them know that they are not, because we are. You could find, if you like this podcast or you didn't, or you know someone that will like it, feel free to let them know about the podcast, because we upload it on iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and any Android apps on your Android devices. We are getting back into the habit of uploading videos every day on youtube.com/interviews. Make sure to check that out. We're also on facebook.com/interviews. Like and follow and like. And if that isn't enough for you, Twitter and Instagram, where we post our thoughts on the game, and I post swaggy pictures of myself, and sometimes Dan could be tagged in it as well. But like I said, that was episode 77. We are back to our normal Monday time slot. I'm really trying to pod on Thursdays, because podders pod, and I feel like we need to keep podding. But since it's kind of the summer and the weather is kind of getting nice, and we got a lot of games to kind of get into and, prep for other stuff. Women's World Cup.
Yep.
Dan watched Canada the other day. Gold Cup, Copa America, UEFA Nations League. And then before you know it, the Premier League is going to be right around the corner. So we got to get to that. We are still going to be here on Mondays and, perhaps Thursday here and there. Just wait on it. And also this weekend, besides TFC, there is the German the German Cup. I'm pretty sure Copa del Rey final may be this weekend.
Yep.
Europa League on Wednesday, which we'll break down on Monday. And I'm pretty sure the Champions League is the following week after, and the final week of Serie A. So we got a lot of stuff to break into, and any other main talking points that could happen, because like I said, best soccer/footy podcast in the world, organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis. But with that being said, we will see you guys next week. It is your guy Tyrrell.
It's your boy Dan.
And we are out.